Now, viewers, very interestingly, the US and Washington says that Venezuela's oil matters to its strategy. But this just might be more than just plain politics. It very well might be about the kind of oil, the very kind of oil, viewers, the US and Washington needs to keep making gasoline. Let's break it down for you right here. First up, on your screens, US shale oil tends to be light. Well, light oil is easier to pump and to transport, but it is not ideal for all US refineries. Next up, on your screens, US refineries is set up primarily for heavy crude oil. Now, many US refineries, viewers, are designed decades ago. They were designed decades ago, and they are built specifically to process heavy crude oil, of which there is no shortage in Venezuela. In fact, it almost accounts for 1/5 or over 300 billion barrels of crude oil, just the kind the US has infrastructure to process. Next up, Venezuela has the largest oil reserves. As I was just mentioning, viewers, Venezuela holds the world's largest known oil reserves. Now, this gives it a long-term energy importance and also places it especially in importance for the US as the shipping routes are sorted. There needs to be not anything extra done. The processing of crude oil is also already going on in the United Nations, in the United States. Most of Venezuela's oil is heavy crude. As I was just mentioning, Venezuela's oil is thick and heavy. It's called heavy crude. That makes it a strong match for US refineries, which in fact have been built decades ago, keeping this in mind. And finally, if US wants gasoline, it needs heavy oil. Now, heavy crude, viewers, it produces more gasoline and also produces more diesel. Now, that's the fuel Americans use every day. Now, so this is less about drilling and appears to be more about oil and more about getting the right kind of oil at that. Meanwhile, heavy crude that keeps US refineries and gas supplies running.